Welcome back, fellow Americans, to my series of videos where we go through a fun fact about each president of the United States of America. Today, we will start with Benjamin Harrison and go all the way until Harry Truman. And remember, as I always say, no fact-checking. And now let's get into the video. Before Benjamin Harrison was president, he was part of the Ohio Bar. However, many people misunderstand this and think that this had something to do with the Lawyers Association, when in fact, Benjamin Harrison just liked to drink and wanted to be a part of a club, so he joined the Ohio Bar. Grover Cleveland's favorite place in the world was Cleveland, Ohio, so we can put him alongside James K. Polk as one of the worst presidents. Hey, wait, didn't I already do this guy? William McKinley was the first president to ever experience karma. When William McKinley was 1 year old, in 1844, Joseph Smith, founder of the Latter-day Saints, was assassinated, and William McKinley did nothing about it. Jerk. However, William McKinley got what he deserved when later in his presidency he was attacked by a wild boar. Our 26th president, Teddy Roosevelt, was a prolific writer. He wrote 35 books in his lifetime and wrote an estimated 150,000 letters. He wrote around 12,300 A's, 13,650 T's, and over 19,000 E's. William Howard Taft was a huge fan of all things sports: baseball, golf, wrestling, but the sport he loved the most was ping pong. In fact, the reason that William Howard Taft only won 8 electoral votes in re-election was that he was too busy playing ping pong to campaign. Woodrow Wilson has a very distinct look in each of his photos that makes him look creepy. This is because he was from New Jersey and was the governor of New Jersey, which was a job so terrible it made him look like a goblin. One of the most known things about Warren Harding was that he was involved in the Teapot Dome scandal. However, many people don't know what the Teapot Dome scandal really was. You see, what happened was that Warren Harding had drank an entire supply of tea, and the White House claimed that a foreign country had stolen the tea. Then, Warren Harding had a heart attack from all the tea he had and passed away in office. Calvin Coolidge's nickname was Silent Cal because he refused to ever speak in the state of California. The belief is that Calvin Coolidge was silent in California because San Francisco is where Warren Harding died, and Calvin Coolidge thought that the people of California had something to do with his death. Herbert Hoover had a very interesting swearing-in. After Herbert Hoover won in 1928 in a landslide election, he was told that he would have to write a speech for his swearing-in. But he thought that he had to add as much swearing as possible into his speech, so he did. Herbert Hoover's speech is seen as a disaster, and is also seen as easily the worst part of Hoover's administration. Though the speech had one benefit, as when the Hoover Dam was being built and a name was needed, Congress chose the Hoover Dam, in honor of Herbert Hoover's swearing-in speech. Franklin Roosevelt was one of the most dedicated men to ever become president. When he was asked who would be his successor, he said that he planned to be a president even after he died. He said he planned to be a zombie and serve eternally, making sure that he would never leave the office of the President of the United States and never give up the power. He also liked hot dogs. There's a rumor that's been highly spread around that the S in Harry Truman's name didn't stand for anything, but in reality, the S stands for spectacles because Harry Truman was always wearing glasses. Well, this has been the third installment in the Presidential Fun Facts series. Next time, we'll start out with Dwight D. Eisenhower. So goodbye, and thank you for watching.